So do you live in New Jersey and do you know that we have a governor election happening this year? What you might not know is who's running and how to keep them straight because there are 10 different candidates in this race. Let's talk about it because I was born and raised in New Jersey and I have a degree in political science from the best college in the state of New Jersey, Rutgers. There are 6 Democrats and 4 Republicans running, but who are they and who are the front runners? On the Republican side, we have Bill Spadea, who's a radio host on 101.5, State Senator John Bramnick, former state senator Ed Durr, one term most notable because he was the truck driver that beat Steve Sweeney, the Senate president. And last but certainly not least, this guy, Jack Ciattarelli, you probably do know his name because this will be his 3rd time running for governor. And last time he was the Republican nominee and he almost beat Phil Murphy. It was a close race. And even though it's kind of a crowded field, he is the obvious frontrunner and he will be the most likely person to secure the Republican nomination on June 10th. On the Democratic side, it is much more crowded and a much tighter race. You've got Ras Baraka, current mayor of Newark, Stephen Fulop, current mayor of Jersey City, Josh Gottheimer, current congressman, Mikey Sherrill, current congresswoman, Sean Spiller, current union president of NJEA and former mayor of Montclair, and this guy, Steve Sweeney. He is the one that lost his Senate race as an incumbent to Ed Durr, who is running in the Republican primary. Democratic primary is much more competitive and a much tighter race, but there are some definite frontrunners. So in this new poll put out by Fairleigh Dickinson, you can see that Ras Baraka is leading in favorability, and he is leading in overall name recognition as well. However, this poll did not kind of measure them head to head, like would you rather vote for Ras or Jack, Mikey or Jack? It's just strictly, do you know them? Do you like them? Not, are you voting for them? Now, while these favorability numbers might not look like it, I would say kind of the top 4 people are Mikey Sherrill, Ras Baraka, Stephen Fulop, and Sean Spiller. I just don't see a world where Steve Sweeney or Josh Gottheimer can secure the nomination. People might know who they are. I just don't see people voting for them in a Democratic primary. And out of those 4, I would say that Ras Baraka is definitely the most progressive and Mikey Sherrill is probably the most moderate. Consider the Republican primary pretty locked up at this point, so I'm not going to be reporting on it much unless something major changes. The Democratic primary, I still think is very much anybody's race to win. So let me know if you want to hear more about it or who these candidates are, what they stand for. I have obviously made a video supporting Sean Spiller, but when I do these recaps, I try very, very hard to remain neutral. Whatever questions you might have, I'll try my best to answer.